Calendar chaos for Jeopardy! Fans, what big blunders now? No, it isn't Mayim Bialik this time. Although the Jeopardy! Host has made it to the headlines for botched hosting efforts, this time she is staying away from the limelight. Rather, it is the production team that is under scrutiny for a snafu. In the past, they have been called out on several occasions for their on-air spelling errors. To be fair, production has a lot on its plate. With Mayim Bialik and Ken Jennings sharing hosting duties, the production team had tried their best to take the show back to its legendary status when Alex Trebek was the host. After Trebek's tragic 2020 passing, the show has had a fleet of guest hosts in season 37, including former executive producer Mike Richards. So what big blunder has production in hot water? Read on to find out more. Jeopardy! Fan regrets a defective merchandise purchase. Okay, so this is a totally different kind of production. While fans patiently wait for an official announcement, one talked about a bad buy that has left them questioning the show's merchandise quality and lack of attention to detail. The fan took to Reddit to showcase the defective product. They purchased the game show's official 2022 daily calendar, and as they flipped through the pages, they caught on to something that made no sense. On the forum, the buyer wrote, "Jeopardy! Daily Calendar mistake for July 16th? Holly Hunter reprised her role as Elastigirl in this sequel." The answer, according to the calendar? The Incredibles. Other fans agreed with the ops post, stating that the answer to the trivia in the calendar is incorrect. One Redditor noted, "Yes, it should be Incredibles 2. Or the answer should have been phrased as, in the sequel to this movie," suggested another. A couple of other fans also agree that the answer to the trivia should have been The Incredibles 2. The third fan chimed in, "Yes, that's what I thought it should be too." A fourth fan took offense to the page's designated category, stating, "Also, cartoon females? Totally Incredibles too. Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder," wished another. Fans compared to Jeopardy! Spelling fallacies. This Jeopardy! Calendar chaos, even if minor, is another blunder by the game show's team after a series of spelling mess-ups. On the game show's July 18th episode, hosted by Ken Jennings after a long hiatus, contestant Erica Weiner Amachi wrote a response to a trivia that many viewers thought was obscure. Ken read the clue, asked to design a new set for a restaging of this 1952 play. Alberto Giacometti came up with one scraggly plaster tree. The contestant scribbled what looked like the expected answer. It read, "Waiting for Godot," although the last word was off trail. Regardless, the host accepted it as the correct answer. As reported by The Sun, fans also recalled another controversial Jeopardy! Episode that aired on June 18th, hosted by Mayim Bialik. During the show, contestant Sadie Goldberger lost in the final Jeopardy! Round as her response, Harriet Tubman was deemed as false after the judges thought the penmanship was indecipherable. Comparing the two incidents, a fan commented, "Jeopardy! This didn't count, but then this one did?" The incident robbed Sadie of a big win that could have got her $17,300, which the fans thought was an unfortunate mistake on the maker's part. It's unclear if the question writers are the same for both the show and calendar, but either way, details matter. What do you think of Jeopardy! Production team's latest spelling blunder? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If there's one thing Jeopardy! Fans pride themselves on, aside from an encyclopedic recall of obscure facts, it's routine. Weeknights mean tuning in religiously to that familiar blue board, the iconic Think music, and a procession of contestants nervously phrasing responses in the form of a question. But in 2025 Jeopardy! Its biggest puzzle isn't a daily double. It's the calendar itself. For the first time in decades, the beloved game show has fallen into what die-hard followers are calling calendar chaos, a swirl of scheduling missteps, broadcast blunders, and downright confusing programming choices that have left even the savviest superfans scratching their heads. How did the steadiest ship in syndicated television veer so wildly off course? And more importantly, can it find its heading again before loyal viewers abandon ship? What is calendar chaos? It all began innocuously enough last fall when Jeopardy! Announced plans to revamp its tournament calendar. with multiple concurrent special events, the long-anticipated Second Chance Tournament, a revamped Teachers Tournament, and the annual Tournament of Champions. Producers promised an ambitious lineup designed to celebrate the breadth and brilliance of the show's contestant pool. But what looked like an exciting slate on paper quickly devolved into scheduling bedlam. Episodes intended to air sequentially were bumped for regional preemptions, sports overruns, and breaking news. Some markets aired quarterfinals before qualifying rounds, leading to spoiler-laden social media feeds and furious online debates. Even the official Jeopardy! Website struggled to keep up, with mismatched episode guides and incorrect air dates. For casual viewers, it was frustrating. For completists who track stats, maintain spreadsheets, and analyze buzzer speed data, it was a waking nightmare. Where did it go wrong? To understand the chaos, you have to step behind the lectern and into the production offices. Jeopardy! Tapes episodes months in advance at Sony Pictures Studios in Culver City, California. Historically, this buffer has ensured smooth sailing regardless of minor scheduling shifts. But the modern broadcast landscape, fragmented across affiliates, streaming platforms, and even YouTube highlights, has complicated matters. One notable blunder came in February when a crucial Tournament of Champions semifinal episode was mistakenly aired 2 days early in select Midwest markets due to a miscommunication between Sony's syndication arm and local stations. Within hours, spoilers flooded Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook fan groups, ruining the suspense for millions of viewers. Despite hasty apologies and promises of better coordination, similar mishaps snowballed throughout the spring. Factor in an ambitious rollout of the Jeopardy! Masters primetime series on ABC, airing simultaneously but with different contestants and rules, and the average fan could be forgiven for wondering what episode, tournament, or even era they were watching on a given night. Fans fight back. True to form, Jeopardy's fan base hasn't taken the turmoil lying down. The subreddit r/Jeopardy now features weekly airing order megathreads, where dedicated users crowdsource correct episode sequences for confused watchers across time zones. Several fan-run Twitter accounts like @Jeopardy Airdates and @Jarshav Updates have doubled their efforts to post real-time updates, airdate corrections, and spoiler warnings. Even longtime former contestants have weighed in. James Holzhauer, the sharp-tongued 2019 champion and Masters competitor, quipped, "For $2,000, Alex, this is the number of calendars you now need to follow Jeopardy!" A tweet that quickly racked up thousands of likes and knowing nods. The stakes are higher than trivia. While the scheduling snaffus might seem like harmless hiccups to outsiders, industry insiders caution that sustained confusion could have lasting impacts on the show's brand. Jeopardy's appeal has always been in its reliability and intellectual rigor, says TV historian Meredith Collins. If fans start feeling alienated or fatigued trying to follow the basics, like what episode is on tonight, you risk eroding decades of goodwill. There's also the delicate balancing act of honoring Alex Trebek's legacy. Since Trebek's passing in 2020, the show has worked hard to maintain its gravitas under new host Ken Jennings, alongside co-host and producer Mayim Bialik before her departure in 2024. Many fans view the current disarray as antithetical to the structured, dignified show Trebek helmed for nearly 37 years. And Jeopardy! Course correct? Thankfully, the powers that be appear to be listening. Executive producer Michael Davis addressed the issue directly on his Kachu this season. The intention was to